So hey, throughout the school year, we're going to be making different types of cookies this year. From bar cookies, from drop cookies, to roll cookies, to molded cookies, to refrigerator cookies. And so the example that we're going to be doing today is a bar cookie. A good example of a bar cookie would be like brownies, blondies, and those of the such, those that we cut into actual bars. And so the recipe that we're going to be using is the recipe that I found from off the Food Network, and I've been making it for years with my students, and it's called a Red Velvet Swirl Brownie. Now, of course, you can use any type of recipe that you want for your bar cookie. You can do just a plain chocolate brownie, a blondie, or you can do a blue velvet. Instead of using red food coloring, you can use blue food coloring or whatever food coloring you would like to use in this recipe. So, first thing you want to do, make sure you have all of your equipment gathered together, and then make sure you have all of your ingredients gathered together. We refer to that as being a mise en place, which means that you're mentally and physically put together. Everything is in its place in order to perform its task. So we're going to begin by adding melted butter, which is 1 stick of melted butter, to a medium-sized mixing bowl. To that mixing bowl, we are going to add our sugar, cocoa powder, our red food coloring, our vanilla, and our eggs. And we're going to begin to mix that together until we have a nice, smooth, consistent batter. Next, we're going to add our flour and salt to our batter and continue to mix until everything is smooth and all well incorporated into our batter. Once our batter has come together, we're going to set that aside and then begin our cheesecake layer. On a side note, you will notice that I crack my eggs always into a separate container. And that is because if I happen to get a bad egg or a shell into the batter, I'd have to start all over. So I recommend that you crack your eggs into a separate container, whisk them, and then add them to your batter. It just makes it a lot easier to incorporate into the batter, as well as ensures that your batter is not tainted by eggshells or bad eggs. You'll see me do this twice. Once when doing the batter, and then the second time you'll see me doing it when I do the cheesecake layer. Set the brownie batter aside, and in a smaller size bowl, you're going to add room temperature cream cheese, 1 beaten egg, and your additional sugar, which should be about 1/4 of a cup of sugar. You're going to whisk or fold that together. You can use a beater, a kitchen mixer, if you'd like to use that, as it will make it smoother in order to blend together your cream cheese. I tend to use a rubber spatula or a whisk in order to blend my cream cheese together at this stage of the recipe. Once you have your cream cheese layer mixed together, set it aside, and now we will begin layering our brownies. First, we do a brownie layer. We'll smooth out. We'll take about 3/4 of the mixture and smooth it out over the pan. And then we will layer our cream cheese in. And then we will do little dollops with the remaining 1/4 amount of the brownie batter onto the pan. Taking a toothpick, we will begin swirling the brownie batter through the cream cheese layer. Place your brownies in the oven to bake for 30 minutes. Testing your brownies with a toothpick towards the end of the baking time. You're going to check to make sure that no batter runs on the toothpick. Once complete, cool on a cooling rack and serve when ready. Happy baking, ladies and gentlemen.